In a world full of noise and endless distractions, where the city never sleeps and voices compete to be heard, one podcast dares to cut through the chaos. Welcome to the Oracle 19 podcast, where truth meets thought and bold ideas spark conversations that shape our urban world.
Welcome to a brand new podcast. And as always, this is the Oracle 19. And my name is Mr. Greatness. You can shop online to our baby shopping mall, which is evolutionoflondon.com. We have a whole wide range of different products, as men's, kids, ladies' clothes, cologne, perfume, and much more. So that's evolutionoflondon.com. Also evolutionoflondon.org, O-R-G, for custom clothes, accessories, digital products for personal as well as business use. And finally, evolutionoflondon.store for custom sneakers, DVDs, games, more clothes. evolutionoflondon.store. We have different links to other affiliates. www.linktree.com/evolutionoflondon. You support us that way. We have a Patreon channel, which you have videos that's not posted on YouTube. We have digital artwork and consulting services as well. www.patreon.com/evolutionoflondon. For any questions, concerns, you can email us at evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. That's the same email if you want to make a free will offering via PayPal. evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. And for general inquiries, the Oracle 19 at the Oracle19Radio.com. Check out the company Royalty 9 International. They make homemade candles, 100% soy wax, 12-ounce jars from scented to unscented. Now the scented candles is from frankincense, myrrh, jasmine, eucalyptus, rose, just to name a few. So any information I haven't mentioned, just email the company, royalty9international@gmail.com. You'll find them on Instagram and TikTok. Mr. Will, he's been a fitness consultant for over 15 years, so if you want to book a consultation, email him at healthfitnessconsultant1@gmail.com. Music, Cheap Limousine channel on YouTube. We have a whole wide range of different beats. So once you go to his YouTube channel, like, subscribe, and share to Cheap Limousine channel on YouTube. And Continuing to Train on YouTube is the Greatness 19 channel. That's our educational channel to open up your third eye. Also, it's the Evolution of London, our health and wellness channel. Like, subscribe, and share to the Greatness 19 channel and Mr. Evolution of London Health and Wellness channel on YouTube. Now the Oracle 19 is on all major platforms. We're on iHeartRadio, Google, Apple, Spotify for creators, Amazon Music, just to name a few. So any information I've mentioned will be in the description box of the Oracle 19 podcast, the Greatness 19 channel, Mr. Evolution of London, Rumble.com. Just type in the Oracle 19, and finally our internet radio station, www.theoracle19radio.com. Let's get right to it. Something definitely will be triggering, controversial, whatever you want to add. Modern lynching or suicide. The hanging deaths of black men. Is it suicide or is it lynching? Modern day lynching. So much going on, but it definitely have to be talked about. And throughout history, lynching been occurring from slavery to after slavery. And people thinking that lynching cannot happen. It's just people can't fathom that. Now I want to mention this in recent years. In recent years, several black men in the United States have been found hanging in circumstances that led some community members and family members, activists to suspect lynching or some type of foul play, okay, rather than suicide. But many of these authorities just rule out the lynching and just say it's just suicide. Now, I heard a lot of these stories and know about it, but it's becoming a pattern here. What do I mean? It is a pattern that making people wonder. A pattern that has drawn concern about systematic bias, inadequate investigations, which basically lead to racism. Now, I want to mention some of the cases, and you decide if this is unusual, suspicious. Omari Bryant. Now, in December 20th, Omari, and hopefully I'm pronouncing this Omari Bryant, age 18, was found hanging outside a motel, a Southern Pines Inn in Homerville, Georgia. Authorities ruled it a suicide. Some observers and family raised red flags. Photographic evidence showed Bryant appears to have his feet touching the ground, which critics argue would make a true hanging implausible in that posture. A petition was circulated demanding an FBI investigation, asserting the possibility of racial violence or staging. You'll find more information on this online, so you can research this yourself. Now, Robert Fuller. On June 10th, 2020, Robert Fuller, 24 years old, was found hanging from a tree in a park, Palmdale, California. Los Angeles County Department of Medical Exams coroner, I can't even pronounce that, medical examiners eventually determined the cause was hanging and ruled the manner of death a suicide. However, the ruling was met very skeptical of this matter. His family and local community members questioned whether the investigation was properly done, whether racial biasness influenced the interpretation of the evidence, and so forth. Again, this isn't another incident. Now I'm going to continue. Dominique Alexander, again in June 20th, 2020, Dominique Alexander, 27 years old, was found hanging in Fort Trison Park in New York City. New York City Medical Examiner's Office ruled his death a suicide. Some members of the public and in the media commentary raised doubts, especially given the proximity and time of other similar hangings of black men in other states, and in light of concerns about how quickly some of these deaths are categorized. Again, this is another incident. Javion Magee, 21 years old, forgive me if I pronounce his name incorrectly, was found dead near a tree in Henderson, Vance County, North Carolina, with a rope around his neck. Again, some reports indicate the rope was tied to the tree and he was found sitting, not necessarily hanging and swinging. Authorities reported that images shown him purchasing rope at Walmart prior to his death. Vance County Sheriff Office denies initial claims of lynching, saying the investigation is ongoing. His family and legal representatives argued that had known history of suicidal thoughts or mental illness. He never thought about this before, and they view the official treatment of the case as very skeptical. Again, Javion Magee, and also Earl Smith. Recently, in June 2025, Earl Smith, age 58, was found hanging from a tree in the public space in Albany. Albany police ruled the death as a suicide. However, community members and Smith's family have expressed serious doubts, pointing out that his life and character were not consistent with known risk factors and that the circumstances raise concerns of potential foul play. Some commentaries frame that this is a part of a broader pattern of suspicious hanging deaths of black individuals being too quickly labeled suicide. Interesting. Let's continue. Dennoriss Richardson in late, I hope I pronounced his name right. If not, forgive me. September 2024, Dennoriss Richardson, 39, was found hanging in an abandoned house in rural Colbert County, Alabama. Alabama state autopsy ruled his death a suicide, but his family commissioned a private autopsy that found no definitive evidence of suicide and argued further investigation to rule out a stage hanging. The discrepancy between the two autopsies argued that the fact that Richardson had filed a lawsuit against local police early in 2024 alleging mistreatment have intensified suspicion and demand for transparency. November 2024, the local sheriff office, it was an investigation request, an FBI investigation to examine the possible misconduct of or civil rights issue, etc., etc., etc. Now, I just gave you a briefing of different black men that was allegedly hung, but it was labeled a suicide. Now, black men, you obviously got to be careful how you move out here, because especially if you're in an area where it's dominated by systematic white supremacy, it's not a good look for you. You outnumbered, and the local police is not going to be in your favor. And if you found dead, they're not going to really take time out to really investigate on the matter. It's been a long history of lynching or racial motivated homicide. And it's difficult to pinpoint because there's no direct evidence or witnesses or footage. And many of these cases happen in the dark, at nighttime, isolated locations. It's no proof. And you need to know about these things, black man, so you don't be caught in a situation. You don't want to be in a situation when you outnumbered. It's bad enough you outnumbered just living in the United States. So you don't know what can happen to you. And you don't want to know. These men, all the same, were just found just randomly by themselves, hung. And that's not really the nature of black people, black men particularly, that we just going to hang ourselves. There's, if anything, you overdose. But that's not the norm of black men taking time out at the neighborhood park with a rope and you just hanging yourself. That don't even sound right. That don't even sound. Now, is there an exception to the rules? Absolutely. But normally, black men is not hanging themselves. Not with the history of being hung by white supremacists. Now, that's the way we're going to go out, just being hung. That don't even sound right. So what are you going to do? What are you going to think? Have to be very careful. Very, very careful how you move. We in the last days, we in trying times. So people will do harm to you, black men, if they can get away with it. And when you deal with systematic white supremacy, they're going to back that up. So you have to be on guard. You got to pay attention. Your head have to be on the swivel. Because you never know what direction your enemy is going to come at you. You got no love. You got systematic white supremacists floating around day and night, looking allegedly to pluck a Negro, allegedly. You got race soldiers, which is in your police department. How are you going to pivot? How are you going to move? You have to really pay attention to your surroundings. You really do. You can't be stuck on stupid. If you do, you're going to get caught. And caught with your life. So what you going to do? How are you going to pivot towards this profiling or danger? Soon as you walk in the house, you're always in danger. When you leave your home, black man, you are in danger. Never think you're not. Just don't think you just able to roam around and you safe because you protected by the law. The law is after you. It's two laws, two sets of laws. Let's say allegedly, black and white. So do you think you could just roam around freely? You got all rights, you protected under the law? Let me give you a little fantasy. Let's go to Fantasy Island for a moment. Let's take you on a wild road. Let's say these individuals got hung, especially the one in New York. Now, who's to say? Now you have white supremacists. They're gonna grab up a black man in a location where it's mostly black people. The city is still active at night. So don't you think some black person will see a bunch of white people in a pickup truck or a car and just going straight to a park and might be open up their trunk and taking the body out? And I'm giving you just a scenario here. And there's Big Brother cameras. But here, there's no proof. You don't even know who did it. Now, who's to say it's not allegedly the local police? Because they'd be the quickest ones to be able to do something like that. Pick up a black man, beat him up until he's unconscious, take him to the local park. You gotta have detectives or regular cops, and nobody is. If cops go in the park, you're not gonna have witnesses that's gonna hang around following the police going into a park. I'm just giving you a scenario. So it could easily be local police that's committing these lynchings, allegedly. So nobody's going to follow a cop. If anything, people, when they see police, they scurry in a different direction. So this is a cold reality. It could easily be police. And when they finish with the rope, ain't nobody going to be really around watching the police for the most part. Nobody want that smoke. I'm just throwing things out there. Not necessarily the police, of course not. That's why I say allegedly. Who's to say they cannot? Who's to say that they cannot pull it off? That's basically what I'm talking about. But you as black men gotta be ready. You might probably need to weaponize yourself with something, allegedly. Continuing to work out. Keep your body strong. And just be overall careful. Try not to roam around in places that is different. Like the song by TLC, don't chase waterfalls, stick to the lakes and rivers you used to. Bottom line, you have to be very careful, ladies and gentlemen. Racism is real. Systematic white supremacy is alive and kicking. And even though you have laws to back you up, but it's two sets of laws, black man. Choose wisely. Be careful. Pay attention. And even when you pay attention, you never know. It's tough out here. And as systematic white supremacists lose their power, they're becoming more bold. Again, allegedly. Be careful. They passing these laws about the Emmett Till, Anti-Lynching Act, supposedly protecting black folks and with hate crime. I gotta laugh for all of this. So many things. So much confusion. Keep your head on the swivel. Work out. Protect yourself at all costs. And hopefully you won't be that person hanging from the tree. Thank you for listening.